Cimoooooooo.
What's going on, guys? It's Cimo. Now, you guys enjoyed the last meme video so much that I thought we would go ahead and do it again. So this time I asked you guys the question, show me your best old school Yu-Gi-Oh memes. This is going to be a good one, probably pretty nostalgic. Let's get into it. So the meme I used to start things off says, "Call the ambulance! But not for me." Man, there is no worse feeling than playing old school Yu-Gi-Oh! When you're thinking that you have it all, you have the game on lock, and your opponent just flips a mirror force on you, and you lose absolutely everything. Truly devastating. Oh, so here's a good one. Joey draws a terrible card. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Do you guys remember when he pulled that bullshit like with Time Wizard and Baby Dragon and made Rex Raptor's Red Eyes Black Dragon like fossilize, essentially? Like, Time Wizard was just one of the biggest pieces of plot armor ever throughout Yu-Gi-Oh's history. So here's a great one from my good friend House of Champs. It reads, "Priority effect, pay 1,000 life points," and it's a picture of the one and only Judgment Dragon. And then, if that weren't enough, he also followed it up with, "Pay 2,000 priority effect on Demise King of Armageddon." Man, that takes me back. If you guys never played old school Yu-Gi-Oh! And you don't know about cards like Judgment Dragon and Demise King of Armageddon, first of all, your guys' childhood sucked. But most importantly, both of these monsters had effects that basically you'd pay a set amount of life points and completely nuke the board to oblivion. Judgment Dragon was great because Lightsworn could easily get 4 monsters in the grave to slam down Judgment Dragon. You could also slam down multiple. There was no restriction on that, by the way. And Demise, even though it was a little bit more complicated because he was a ritual monster, Demise OTK was actually a pretty neat deck that took advantage of insect monsters of all things, and you would just summon multiple copies of Doomdozer, which is basically like the insect centipede BLS, and just kill your opponent right then and there. Thanks for the PTSD on that one, John. Truly do appreciate it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Then. "Oh no, my monster went to the graveyard." Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. "Yes, finally, my monster's in the graveyard. Now I can use it to summon 5 other monsters and destroy my opponent in one turn." You know, there definitely was a point in Yu-Gi-Oh's history where having monsters in the graveyard was considered a bad thing. Sure, Monster Reborn was legal almost since the beginning of the game's inception, but then again, like, I mean, there wasn't stuff like Burning Abyss or Shadal or Eldritch or any of these crazy graveyard-reliant strategies like we have today. I honestly love that level of diversity, but it's funny thinking about being a kid and the psychological feeling of loss, and really when you had something that was really cool on the field and your opponent got rid of it, and there were so few ways to truly get it back. Yeah, I think we've all been there. So here we have actually one of Rembrandt's undiscovered masterpieces. It's titled Bird, and the effect of Bird is attack the hand. You know, Yatagarasu was one of the most terrifying cards of all time. Probably still is to a lot of people who used to play back in the day. But if there was a way to sum up Yatagarasu in 3 words or less, this would do it. Nobody. Judgment Dragon. Did somebody say boom? Boom. You know, House of Champs may have started the Judgment Dragon meme train, but I think this meme is a better visual representation of how terrifying JD truly was. This is Goku. He's my favorite Pokemon trainer. This still happens a lot today. If I'm ever traveling to tournaments or anywhere for something Yu-Gi-Oh related, and I get in an Uber or a Lyft to be able to get to my destination, if the conversation ever comes up where the driver asks what I do, and I try to explain to them what Yu-Gi-Oh is, the conversation typically goes something like this. "So, what do you do for work?" "I have a YouTube channel for the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game. Ever heard of it?" "No, what's that?" "Ever hear of Pokemon?" "Oh yeah, I love Pokemon." "Yeah, it's nothing like that." "Don't even think about trying to increase your field." "No, Kajiki. Giant Soldier of Stone, attack!" "How can he still attack? The moon!" This is exactly why the show was so confusing. Doesn't matter how bad Yugi is losing, he'll find a way to pull salvation out of his ass. You know, I truly wonder how long it was until there was a single game of Yu-Gi-Oh played in the anime where someone didn't just completely bullshit their way to victory. This one doesn't even have any text, but this one is great. Like, this is the perfect embodiment of Kaiba's true obsession with defeating Yugi at any cost. I mean, yes, he does love his brother, but honestly, fuck Mokuba. I think we all agree with that one. Okay, remember we just had that one meme a few memes ago with Giant Soldier of Stone? This is taking that to another level. No, this isn't how you're supposed to play the game. I could spend hours talking about this. I mean, who remembers Yugi taking Gaia the Dragon Champion on a catapult turtle to launch it into a chaos shield that was surrounding all of Panic's monsters that was like attached to a castle of dark illusions, forcing the castle to fall and destroy all of Panic's monsters and somehow losing the game as a result of it. Then you had the bullshit where Kaiba hacked into the Duelist Kingdom mainframe to be able to weaken the attack stats of his Blue Eyes White Dragon after his deck got stolen, so that way Yugi could have some chance to actually defeat his deck, because by the anime standards, without Exodia, Yu-Gi-Oh would be completely incapable of doing that. Then you have this abomination with Mammoth Graveyard, Polymerization, and the Living Arrow, and you like fuse Mammoth Graveyard into the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon so that way it slowly ages and decays, because Mammoth Graveyard is like an undead type, which doesn't exist, by the way, and that again somehow weakens the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. And let's not forget, Kaiba tried to commit suicide when he was about to lose to Yugi and basically won that way just because Yugi wanted to be nice and not have someone killed. And then last but not least, this might be the cherry on top of the Duelist Kingdom shit sundae. We have the tag team duel with Yugi and Joey and Para and Dox, and they had this labyrinth wall setup where they had to like almost play a board game with their duel monsters. And just for the record, this was one of the most badass things from the entire show. I don't know if any of you guys did this when you were little, but I literally took pieces of graph paper and would draw my own mazes for Yu-Gi-Oh cards to be able to walk through. So you know what? I gotta hand it to whoever came up with this idea. Good on you, because clearly I was a very impressionable child and that 100% got me hooked. I think there's a small part of us that really wanted to experience Yu-Gi-Oh this way. Maybe not like all of this bullshit, but like I think when you see stuff like the Gaia Dragon Catapult Cannon, that's kind of what it feels like to like combo off in like regular Yu-Gi-Oh days. And maybe even if there was something like the Labyrinth Tag Duel thing, I think that would be kind of neat to experiment with. Probably wouldn't last, but I think it'd be kind of cool to see. When you beat all the kids at school in Yu-Gi-Oh. For anyone who's watching this and knows nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh, this is a 100% false representation of how that really went. The only action Yu-Gi-Oh players were getting was some dueling action at their like after school club where they're waited for their parents to pick them up after school. Maybe that plus their right hand when they got home. Roses are red, you're gonna get wrecked because you're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck. As if Seto Kaiba couldn't get any better. If any of you duelists out there are looking for some poetry to send to your loved one on Valentine's Day, then here you go. You can't defeat me because I possess the person you care about more than anyone else in the world. Unless you've somehow kidnapped me without my knowledge, I think that's impossible. Oh my god. See, this is why I love Kaiba so much. How can you hate Kaiba when he has dialogue like this? This one's pretty creative. So it says, How to Lose Friends and Alienate People in theaters October 3rd, featuring Dino Rabbit, Exodia Solitaire, Wind Up Loop, and of course, Insector Shenanigans. I think what I love the most about this meme is how you could pretty much interchange any of the pieces here, like the Rescue Rabbit, the Wind Up Hunter, the Exodia, the Insector Dragonfly, for whatever's going on in terms of degenerate Yu-Gi-Oh strategies, and the meme still fits perfectly. This is how old school saw Master Rule 3. Yeah, this basically sums it up, and it sums up why about 95% of the community quit once Pendulums got released. Joey really walked into the Battle City semifinals against the three most powerful cards in the game like this. Kaiba has Obelisk, Yugi has Slifer, Merrick has Ra, and Joey has Baby Dragon. You knew they weren't gonna let Joey beat Merrick, and of course Merrick had to use his own plot armor bullshit to beat Joey. Direct attack. Gores. Me. Anyone who has ever played with Gores, the Emissary of Darkness, knows exactly how this feels. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why you always attack with your lowest attack monster first. This is a great meme template for like anything Yu-Gi-Oh, by the way. So guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this meme video. Who knows, maybe we'll keep going, but be sure to let me know down in the comments which ones were your favorite. Be sure to follow me on Twitter for when I post, when I do these videos, so you can submit your own memes and maybe they'll make it into the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like the video as always, subscribe to the channel for more amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content, and if you found this video entertaining, consider supporting me on Patreon or becoming a YouTube channel member, because just by showing your support in any way that you can, you're investing in my ability to continue bringing you amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content. So thanks so much again, and we'll see you next time.